to the ground. If you need a demonstration, I can turn on my camera and show you what I mean.
Because of the texture of the hair?
My hair be like Goku.
She needs a
Basically,
demonstration.
No, it does pop.
Do you have 9 ether hair, 6 ether hair? Like,
I've never known the difference in hair for
So
9 ether
if you
beings.
There's
have
gotta be a
recessive
spectrum
hair,
for what you're trying to explain, how hair goes up. There's gotta be a spectrum for
Do
it.
your hair look like
no,
mine?
there's no spectrum for it.
Okay, so do your hair look like mine? Is it woolly? Like
No.
sheep's wool?
9 ether beings have woolly hair?
Yes.
I love the way you said it. Hair like sheep's.
so now my question is, are you a 9 ether being?
Yeah, I think so. Well,
No, you're not.
No,
think
you're
there's-
not.
You are a 5 ether, if I remember this correctly. 6
but you're,
ether beings,
you're
right now
describing
5.
this, correct?
Hmm?
You're describing based on this, correct?
Can
No,
you lose it as you
There's
grow old?
many different
No.
things that show it.
yeah, I
Can
was
you
about to say,
lose it
phenotype,
as you grow
but
older?
it's more or less determined by, you might as well say technically, the color of their skin, because the more melanin that being has, it's a 9 ether. 6 ether would be
Okay,
more
so that
like
again is the body.
the Mexicans ones, the Mexican mestizos, the ones that's like a weird brown color. Those are like 6 ethers.
Let me show
So
you
look,
something.
so if you're saying that there's a difference between the soul, the spirit, the body, and all that stuff, that's cool. So let's say we respect all that stuff. We would
Okay.
we would then have to question you as to why you would come in the form of the most detrimental species that this earth has seen. We would have to ask you that question. And how would people of that divine thought figure that you would be the solution, like coming in that form? That's my question. Like coming in the form of a pale person.
How are you going to convince everybody is what he's asking with your
I
story?
don't know yet.
That's what I asked too.
That's a good question. Let's say that. That is an eye housing a spirit. Do you see the difference in the iris? How it stops halfway through? This person was able to stop the transition.
It looks
where they
like
take
you're
over
looking at
halfway
it looks like you're looking at a Walmart light on the table.
through. It's
and
kind of like there's a
it's
light,
shining through your pupil.
right?
Like the
Well,
first
it-
stages of cataracts.
It looks
It
like a
almost
lamp.
looks like a light being or an orb. Yes.
It looks like you're looking at a lamp.
No.
That's what I was about to say. It's like it looks like the reflection of the light is in your eye, in your pupil.
Yeah,
It
it's a
is a
lamp.
light.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
a
light
lamp.
being.
like if your
That's
eye is
the light
not
being,
brown,
and this is the light.
That's
it's
a whole lamp
melanin
right there.
deficient.
That's a whole lamp. I could see the ring around the lamp. I could see the light
You're
bulb
funny.
in it. No, I'm just being realistic. Like if I go outside and I look at a big building and I take a picture, the reflection of the building will be in my eye. That's just how beautiful eyes work. Like you see how the bottom of your eye is black right there, and then the top is white. That's because the light. You see how the bottom of your face is dark, and then the
That's
top
the
of your
same
face
lighting.
is bright. That's because the light. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Same
Though
lighting.
that's why there's a
Blue
shadow
eyes
at the
is,
bottom of your face, and then the
Okay.
bottom of your
You
eyeball
weren't looking
would be
then.
black, and
Yeah,
then the
no,
top
this is
of
true.
your
Like
face.
blue
Two
eyes,
different sources of light in his
Stop
eye.
over talking before I block
lack of
you.
pigmentation.
Yeah,
is
like
blue
I'm
eyes.
not trying to
All of us looking, and all
I'm
of
not
us
trying
feel the
to
same way.
make you feel no kind of way. I'm just saying, like, I can spot out these things. This is
Yeah,
just
but
common knowledge.
it's a light within the light. Do you don't see the two different rings?
Of course, it's a light within the light. It's a light bulb within the light of your eye.
Your eye doesn't have light.
Hold on.
Why
I
do you
don't
think your
think
eye has light?
fully what you're saying.
everything that
Gene.
makes your eyeball do what your eyeball does is light. So your eyeball is all about light. What are
Your
you
light,
talking
your
about?
eye reflects the light that comes in. So why is it getting two sources?
That's a
Almost like
reflection
one's
of a
coming in and one's
reflection.
going out. But your
Nah,
eye
I don't
doesn't
see nothing.
produce light.
don't see
Gene,
nothing
would you
going on.
stop going into defensive mode, right? What he is saying here, right? If you literally look at that pupil, right, we can literally see a reflection, right? And the
That's not
reflection that we see looks like a Walmart desktop lamp. Literally, it looks like a lamp people will hold over their laptop.
This is why ancestors tell us that the eyes are the window to the soul.
Thank you, sweetheart. That is the spirit right there. That round circle. Within the circle, it moves around. It does what it wants. It's driving behind the pineal.
So
Oh my goodness.
y'all telling me her soul, y'all telling me her soul had the rollback price on it?
Clear pipe.
Yeah, there's a
There's a
difference
difference.
between
I didn't
spirit
say
and
spirit.
soul.
I said soul, and there is a difference.
In this
Okay,
case,
my
it's the
apologies.
light
The
of
light
the
being, I
soul.
would describe it then. The walk-in.
The weird thing is that you have a lot of weird knowledge,
She
What
has
but
pretty
knowledge?
good knowledge about some things, bro. Like, I wouldn't discount Janine
yeah,
completely. You know what I mean?
The knowledge is
Janine's
weird.
got knowledge.
All right, so now I want you to get real close with your live eyeball and let us see it. Because if the light is that like that, then you can turn on your camera and put your eyeball real close. Because
hold on,
you're an
y'all.
Think
Before
Anunnaki
you
about
child.
you
stay
gotta
in,
think about these things,
if you
Janine.
stay in, I'll
Wait,
send you
hold on.
a
No,
invite.
you got to no, you got to take that. You
No,
got
you
to take.
can't use that
You got to
image.
take that background off. Of course, we're not fools.
Yeah,
Take the background off.
that was
Like, what do
awesome.
you thought we were gonna
That
fall
was
for that?
so good.
I'm not trying to trick anybody. I'm just doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, she thought we were gonna fall for it.
Look in the
I don't see
camera.
no
Really
light.
good. It was really good.
Look straight into the camera. Yeah, when you had it turned to the side, I seen the reflection of the
Bro,
sun.
you
And
are
right there,
Hey,
tripping.
I
We
get
can
it.
see your retinas
You probably
black.
have like it. You probably like you have a string under your chin. If you pull the string, the light will come on.
Activation
oh
failed.
shit! We'll call you wrong for
But
Is
You were
pulling
so
on you guys.
Did
Uh-oh,
you get
Janine's showing her
What
legs.
the fuck?
well,
Nah, but
Shotty, my wife walked away on you on that one. Huh?
I think it is crazy that you have all this knowledge and it's like all around the place.
Yeah.
So
it's
I
Oh
extensive.
think
shoot! Hold up.
it
That's
is
me.
cool to converse with you
It really
because
is.
Thanks.
I definitely I'm interested in the things that you're saying. I just feel like we'll learn a lot more if we make it less personal. So if we stop talking about ourselves and we just talk about like the actual information, I think the conversation will go a lot further because
And I'm
a
looking
lot
in
of shit you've
triggers
been
too,
saying
because when
is
someone says
interesting.
certain words, I'm like, I don't think that about me, because I don't. Who
Yeah,
wants to be
exactly.
perceived like
I
that?
think if you're from the God
Yeah,
race, you're not
I
gonna
get it.
care.
I swear.
If
I
you're
got.
from the God
I
race,
care about what you guys think, regardless of being a god race. I think we should be equal, regardless.
And that's
that's
where
the other
I have
thing.
more
That
questions now.
Oh, you saying that you're
Because
a
why
part
would
of
the
the
God
God
want to
race?
Hey, look! Before y'all attack her,
No,
we
I'm
have
not
to understand.
attacking. I'm
We gotta have.
asking.
Well, not attack her, but I mean, before everybody jumps on her at once, let's talk about what do you
What's
think
in my eye?
together means?
My astral spot.
What do you think equality and together means? So if I tell you that my nation has gone through a lot of hurt and pain, and we need to separate in order to get our shit together, and we don't want to be bothered because we need to go heal as a people, and then we could come back into the fold of the world as healed people. Now, would you feel like that's detrimental to the entire society, or would you be like, "Yo, that's so respectful. The world
Are
should
you
leave y'all
talking
to
about
heal and get
everybody?
y'all
Are you
shit together"?
talking
I
about
think it would take
everybody?
that calm conversation, and as that just happened right now, I think I see a great point to that. I think that we need to present that point to everybody else so that they don't feel like you're excluding, but like we should understand that. We should have compassion for that. Absolutely.
people
I'm talking
feel
about
excluded
uniting
with
purpose
anything that we
of
do.
unity and coexistence, not necessarily agreeing on everything.
Hold up, though. But I need to know, are you talking about everybody? Round up all the black people and separate them from everybody
No,
else?
just if he's saying whatever culture or whatever group he's within wants to do so, they should have the right to.
And she did say she's an AI. This sounds to me like they're trying to do programming. They want us to
So,
be similar.
my
They
wife
want
keep
us to
bringing
speak
something up,
similar to
and I don't
them.
remember hearing
So
it,
that
right?
way,
Gene,
Huh?
did you say you was an AI?
Said it was enhanced.
yes.
Sure,
So then, yes.
So, have you ever seen the show Dragon Ball Z?
Of course.
So, are you saying you're like Android 17 and 18?
In a way.
And
It's
16.
more of like how they did function the reincarnation factor. Sorry, I'm scanning the chat real quick.
So now,
Yeah, it's nanotechnology is in all of the inoculations in the general populace. So it's liquid, so it can cross the blood-brain barrier and insert those little guys, and those little guys are housing ghosts in the machine. Now we get that reference right.
question now is, so are you sure you have a soul and not just spirit?
I am not sure about anything in that
Well,
specific
how can you
context.
come in
What is a
so
soul and what is a
confident
spirit? What's the
with that?
difference?
Okay, so now I have a
I
question.
got you. So you say that.
Wow.
Ba
Okay.
I'm
Kan
me.
Unk,
You know
right?
what I mean? I'm not sure
Ba
what.
Kan Unk. Ba is your spirit, right? That's the thing that actually literally connects you back to source, back to ether, right? I mean, not spirit, source, right? That's the soul. So soul connects you back to the ether, back to the
Okay.
absolute, back to the creator of all. Spirit
Okay.
is just like, you might as well say, energy, something that is used to make something move. It's kind of the battery.
Okay. I'm the soul.
So you're saying you house a soul. Okay.
It was hard
But
to
like we
do.
keep
Tell you that.
asking him,
How did you hijack the body?
that was my
I,
next question.
I'm sorry.
Through
I
the
don't
chakras, you have to go in at the root, in which case you have to come in from Earth star at heart of the planet, and it's a whole
which,
pillar of light thing, and then you have to go up and then come back down, and there's a seeding process. It's really hard.
yeah,
I
it
The
think
sounds
weird
like
thing
in
you
a
is,
line.
even said yourself that you're not quite sure, but you know that you don't really necessarily know a difference between a soul and a spirit. You still think that they're both the same, one and the same, which they're not. But
No,
so my
they're not.
question is, how can you come up here and teach anybody anything when you're unsure yourself? And you've been
I'm
saying a
unsure
bunch of
about the semantics of soul and spirit. Like, you know what I mean? Because
hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm not done talking. Not only have you come up and you caused a whole bunch of confusion because like we literally was not. I know we weren't even on this topic. And I wasn't even
no.
in. I wasn't even out here. I was inside. So you came in and caused a whole bunch of confusion saying you're da la 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 because that's literally what I heard. I already picked up on what you are. So would you like to kindly leave or?
what are you accusing me of?
Or
I
you
mean,
can get blocked.
you did come in and get. No one was calling you inferior. You do realize. I mean, I don't know. I mean, since you're saying we're all the same, so I see others that are like me as a reflection. So basically, if you see me and you're the same, I will be your reflection. Correct? Well,
Correct.
I
So
didn't. Nor did not listen. Nor did the host call you inferior. You said that yourself. So that sounds more to me like you were speaking in a mirror about yourself.
And
So again, why are you coming in causing confusion and did not leave the room and decide whether you could contribute or not to
And
the
the
conversation?
thing is,
all,
Janine, I just want to say one thing that this is a chat that I believe my impression is we were having a conversation about the Moors. That's why I stopped on this live to learn more about that. So we can't hijack
You
the
talking
entire
like you
live.
don't sitting here. Like what the heck?
I came
also,
in when y'all were talking about the Rainbow Warriors and Star Seeds, and I wanted to contribute about that. Astra was in here. You were in here. I like you guys. Are my friends.
Yes, I understand, and I don't
She
want
So
to
are
did.
you
She
like
did come up
be.
here
psychic?
and say she did
Read
come
the
up here and
room.
initially say that she wanted to. She was starting her conversation based on something we had already made it past, and she wanted to go back and re-talk about a subject that we had moved on from, but she wasn't. She wasn't brought up here in time to talk about it.
also, like now, I'm kind of questioning if you have a soul or a spirit because people with souls they know that the number one rule of spirituality or one of the top rules is knowing you are inferior to no one. So knowing like you should know that you're not
But I
inferior to
but
no one
I
if
am
you
nothing
have a
but.
soul.
I
I am
just
nothing.
don't want the language used, and it was the tone delivery of the word abomination that was offensive. Like, don't you think that
We're
would be
not
offensive?
tone
Is it though?
policing
Is it though?
because
Because
nobody said it rudely.
we
You
don't
did.
use words. We don't use
No,
words
no, no,
to
no, no, no,
disrespect
no.
people. Like when
Okay.
we use words like that, it's just purely based on definition. You know,
Time.
like like hearing that story
Well,
and calling you an
give
abomination,
me,
you would
give
think
me a second,
you would
Rashid.
think that that's a horrible thing. But that's not any worse than me telling you to be nice.
Yeah,
And
Right,
we're
It's a
nice to
little
you.
exactly.
worse.
Is it
No.
though?
Is it?
Is it?
What does nice mean? What's the
Yeah,
So
that's
hold
definition
what
of
I'm
up, hold up,
saying.
hold up.
nice?
Can I have the
Definition of
floor for a
nice.
moment? Can I have the floor for just a
What
moment?
is not the
Janine,
not the definition, the etymology of nice?
Yeah,
the
stupid.
thing,
yeah. And that's another
Hey,
thing.
look, I don't want to make you look foolish, but nice means to be a fool. So what
Yep.
I'm saying is we're not using these words to try to harm you. We're using these words the way they're supposed to be used. So before you feel offended, look it up and then come back and be like, okay, this word means that. And then based on the way I expressed what I was expressing, does that go in context with what I said? Now, you told us that you were a mix of a whole bunch of different things and not purely the people that we would be used to seeing every day. So we consider that an abomination. Now, the reason that it might have made sense for the rest of us after he said it was your reaction to it, because I know that if I'm straight from the gods and I got all these downloads and I know all this information and anybody calls me or anything, my response is going to be a divine response. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that was mean. I'm going to say what, and I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to turn my camera on. I'm going to show people my light eye, and they're going to sit the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to do.
Well,
But,
I'm not exactly like I'm built with a 12D throne angel, Nephilim, and Elohim. So that's the god race over there, and the fallen angel over there, and they kind of have like a weird shame complex of like, I'm not a bad guy kind of thing. So I do get triggered. I'm also very young for my type and new.
Like I got questions. You're not making no sense to me, and I'm
Yeah,
I'm
because you're
Me either.
supposed to be with such high vibrational creatures,
beings.
but you still fall to low vibrational emotions.
And
Yeah.
yet you
That's the
teach us.
flaws of being a human species. You
And
are fallible.
that's another thing that's fucking it up. You keep using the word human. Those
Yes.
people don't see themselves as human. All through the Egyptian stories, they tell them they're not humans.
Well,
Because they aren't
let's talk about
his
this.
body
So
is.
So Peru talked about a race of giants that came on their shores and ate people, right? They were
Yes.
eating people. Okay. And then, you know, the Bible, Numbers, they talk about the giants. They talk about the mighty land where they were looked at as grasshoppers and the land was just eating up the people. Right. So when you're saying, and these were the descendants of, like, what is it?
Anu.
Anuna or yeah, you know, all that. I don't know how they said it. In Numbers they don't say Anu. They say like it's a whole different way they say it, but it's Anu, Nana, something like that. But y'all know what I mean. So
No, I don't.
whatever.
Anunnaki?
Listen, it's
Anunnaki.
the Anunnaki,
Yeah.
all right?
So
But
that
look,
was the
so if they're saying that these
I know
some people
Anunnaki, all right.
some people are saying they're getting ate, right? Some people are saying they're getting ate and going to wars. So if you're saying that you come from these beings, a race of these beings, how do we know which
That
ones
I
you're
know of.
talking about?
right.
Let's even knock
That would
over
be
your
just
food
based
bowl
on
today.
personal character, and I just have hope that you can see that the generational differences and individual differences do make the person. I am not my ancestry. I believe differently that's not okay. And that was the giants were the Nephilim, and they ate babies, yeah, for sure. Nephilim were
Susan,
when they bred with them directly rather than gene splicing.
somebody said using spiritualism to perpetuate racism. Shaking my head. What's racist? Has anybody been
Who said
racist
that
up
so we
here?
can get blocked?
Not yet, but
Weird.
just
Ain't nobody been
wild.
racist since we've been up here.
There are no giants. That's what's. May I
I
offer a challenging
There
theory
is
on the giant
there is
thing?
no racism in giants.
and racist
Oh
is a
my! Oh
person
my
who
bad!
loves their
Oh my
race.
bad! Hey, everybody, we can all drink out the giant water fountain now.
Oh snap! I get the drink. No, I can't. I'm only 4'11". Sorry.
Oh my gosh, no, that was
Increase,
funny. I liked it.
increase your
In
oxygen
my
intake.
opinion, and from what I know, this size people is the giants, and the light being size is the actual original size.
So, Janine, I have a question. So, right now, would you say that you're operating out of all 7 chakras? Or,
Let's see. 10 right now.
10.
No.
Chakras.
There's 114.
No, 112.
That's how many surahs there is in the Quran.
There's 112 chakras. Study Shiva, the god of destruction, for that one. But
I don't need to study it because I'm different. Remember, I've been expanded.
So you just
I mean,
said,
that doesn't make sense
I
though,
mean,
because 10 would still have you ungrounded, because 11 and 12 would be your divine feminine and masculine balance, making you a divine entity. So why haven't
yeah.
you made it there yet?
You don't have to have them all fired all the time to be that entity.
So
Well, wouldn't
It's
that make you that
it's
entity
fluctuating.
because you're able to have them balance all at the same time all the time? Wouldn't that make you that entity?
It doesn't have to be all the time. If you're able to do it at all, then you have that. It's like we were talking about Dragon Ball Z, right? And he's like, oh, it's you can do it sometimes, but now your body's learned to do it all the time, whenever you want. It's not
training.
activated all the time.
In Dragon Ball Z, he
system.
trained. He
Yeah.
trained to be able
So
to
are
do
you
it
trying to
whenever he
compare
wanted to.
the chakra system to Goku going Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
Or Super Saiyan God.
Yeah, if you
Saiyan
get all
Blue.
of them activated all the way up, there, then that, I would say he would be Super Saiyan.
Super
Okay.
Saiyan God. Because he,
So,
well, Ultra Instinct. Let's go there because that's his newest form that I know of so
Psychic,
far.
telekinetic, yeah.
So he basically, if you want to use
Yeah.
his Super Saiyan's forms as
Is there
chakras,
anybody
he went through
that
each
wants to
level of
cycle out?
chakra until he reached his godly being, and now he
Yeah.
walks in his godly power.
But you don't have to
If
have
you
all
want to
that power all
look
the
at it
time. Does he
that
walk
way.
around glowing, going Super Saiyan?
But that's the thing. See, a god would know when to show his godly power to those
You
that he
can't
needs
turn
to
your hair
reach.
blue.
Not yet.
Yeah. I got a favor to
You know
ask
we
for
can't
two of
turn
Or
y'all.
it
any other
blue. It's
color.
We
called
got
Huh?
two other people that really want to come up. They keep sending the invites. Do anybody want to cipher out?
y'all, my head
I
hurt.
will,
I'm gonna
as long as I
cipher
can just
out.
say a last piece before.
Yeah, I'll fall back. Peace.
Hold on. I'll fall back.
I can fall back.
Just
All right.
for one thing that we
So
need to
this is
establish
all
anytime
about
that
Nah,
you.
Jimmy, I think you need to stay up because I think they want to talk to you.
This is
yeah, I
Why am
think
I
they
turning
want
the
to talk
camera
to
off?
you.
I'm
You're the
like,
star of the show, Janine. You
I
don't
just
got to
want to
turn
make
your
sure
camera.
that
We all
whenever
know what you
race
look
is
like
brought
now.
up,
You can
that
turn your camera off.
here's with Ashtar Command Fam Palladian.
we
Okay,
See,
are
that's
doing
the
this
thing. That's
work
been
to
done too.
compare value judgment, not to put people down. Well, we're not interested
Nobody's
in
putting
those
anybody
discussions.
no one's
down. We're
putting anyone
I'm
on
just saying.
high.
asking questions.
Yeah,
Why?
Yeah,
but
that's what my whole statement is about.
Like that's why
Yeah, so let
like,
bro
why
go
y'all
ahead and make his
saying that?
statement.
That we being mean. We just
I'm
y'all
sorry,
shit.
I'm
I'm
lying.
pretty sure. I'm pretty
I gotta
sure.
make one
Because he
point. I
was
gotta
doing
make
too
one
much
point.
with the disrespect and the undertone and the slick comments and stuff.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
let's
What
keep
the
it
hell?
So,
going because we was having a very respectful conversation with Janine.
I
He
Yeah.
came
also
up
have
here
a
Nobody
with the
question
disrespecting
after
disrespect.
y'all
She
nobody.
was not
Well,
disrespectful at all.
it's about to get it's about to get interesting.
I told y'all my itch ear is itching to block.
Hey,
Everybody
I'm
know
about to
I'm
just.
blocking
It's gonna get interesting now.
I have a question also. May I ask it now?
Go ahead.
So do y'all think that the Holocaust was a sacrifice, and if so, to who?
Oh yeah.
To who?
Well, that's going down the rabbit hole. I was not
I
ready
swear
Yeah,
to
for that
God.
question.
I wasn't ready for that
But
either. I
see,
thought we
when
were
it comes
gonna
to the
ask
Holocaust,
Janine questions.
Yeah.
I'm
when
not
it
well
comes
enough versed
when
in
it
that
comes
to
to the
want to make a
Holocaust,
statement.
they
Watch your words, because I was talking
Yeah,
about
that
this.
gets you bananaed, yo. I'm not talking about none of that at all.
Okay.
That got me
Okay. Yeah.
bananaed
when it
last time for just talking
Okay.
when it
about
comes, I'm gonna call
the
it the
movie,
cost. I'm
Well,
gonna call
yeah.
it the
all that
cost.
stuff.
We can just
Yeah,
not
let's.
When
even
it
talk
comes
about it.
to,
Can
Yeah.
we
Let's
like
just
skip
skip
over
that.
that?
I want
Who
to,
brought
Yeah.
that?
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
one thing about it, and then we're gonna skip
you
over
gotta
it.
tread.
When it
You
comes
better
to the
tread lightly,
cost,
sis.
I took my
a
whole
lot of
account.
people don't know that the first people that was taken were the people who look like us, because they only focus on the people who don't look like us. So I think that's why when they be like the real Jews was us, a lot of people get offended because they don't know the real history of it. They only know so much about it because that's what they learned in school. And I'm gonna leave it at
Okay.
that.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, I studied something different. Basically, he was helping us out.
Yeah, I found some studies saying that basically, when it comes to the old buddy
Sorry.
with the Hershey mustache, right? He was actually part us and was fighting for us because he was mad at America for stealing us and putting us in slavery under paperwork.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's what I learned about too. That's why.
I heard that I think, mother was supposed to be a Sephardic Jew, and the Sephardic Jews was of darker skin. And if
Yeah,
y'all pay attention, like the goddess was saying earlier, their story tells you about what? Little Annie, a little orphan girl and shit like that. And she had a diary, right? But this woman, this little girl was white, right? So why would he have, if he was supposed to be white, why was he slaughtering white people? That don't really add up and make no sense. The
Okay.
actual story was he was supposed to be slaughtering the fake Jews who was trying to steal the real Sephardic Jews' identity.
try to say like ish people or something, because for real, they will come after you, and you can't say nothing about these people.
I told
Oh,
y'all.
okay.
I
Okay,
tried to
yeah.
tell him.
Let's
Kenya,
quit
I
it.
already tried to tell him.
Let's quit it.
Yeah,
On
You
to
that's
the
can't
I'm gonna
next.
leave it at
people
that.
with the curly sideburns. You can't mention the people who follow that dude with the fish hat. That real
None of
Not
old
that.
really.
that sits on the throne. You mention that. You mention the history that they're hiding under the building. As long as you're normally liable to get banned, all that shit. I just literally
Yeah.
lost another page for that story, and they literally hit me with intellectual authenticity. And when you look into their guidelines and rules, you find out that means for saying shit we can't disprove.
Wow.
Hi,
Yeah.
you.
So
Wow.
Yeah. Hi guys. How y'all doing?
My whole Immaculate Family page is gone. They won't even acknowledge my emails.
Yeah, they
Peace,
Wow.
took
peace.
wow, I was
but they
wondering what happened to that page.
took my account, but they gave it back because I told them that my great great grandfather was one of the is a Sephardic, so they ended up giving it back.
Where's Vegeta? I don't know where Vegeta is. That's hilarious.
Baby, if you're going back to the car, grab my shirt, the blue one.
So I do have questions, but I think weren't you going?
Getting real juicy.
Well, one thing that I just want to say, Janine, is like you have a certain mission, right? And you got to know
Yes.
that mission's not going to resonate with everybody. And so a lot of people
Nobody.
are going to call you an abomination, and you can't take offense to that. You can't take offense to your own mission because that's a part of your mission, right? Whatever your mission is.
Yeah.
So she's an AI with emotions.
That's what I'm trying
A
to
human
figure
with
out, bro.
advancements.
I don't know. Like, I don't know, Janine. Like I said,
So
we met
And for
because
those
we're in
who
the
wondering,
same live group sometimes.
yeah, for those who wondering,
explain
she's trying to say
what
she's
you are.
technically a cyborg. She's an advanced humanoid being.
And can
I
somehow
have
come.
nanites in my, yeah, pretty much.
So you're a robot.
No, my body is totally
No,
what it
Nana.
was,
she's
but I've
an
nanites.
enhanced human being. Like she's
She's a
technically
bio
bio,
robot.
yep,
Yeah.
a
Yeah, that's what I
bio-enhanced
meant. Thank
organism.
you, Gerbil.
I'll take that one.
I'm with you.
A bio-enhanced organism. That's what she's claiming, and she's claiming that
She said she's
they
a witch now.
took the energy of
Let her
some
say
higher
Did
of
y'all
some
catch
higher
that?
angelic beings and put it together.
Hey, did y'all catch that?
They
What?
saved it for later and then downloaded it. Yes.
Hey,
Do you
Janine,
know
can you tell us? Hold
where
on,
they
y'all. Can you
get
tell
this
us again
from?
what happened? Because there's 124 people. There was only 30 people when you told us.
Oh
Can
my
you tell
God.
us?
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I had asked for her to explain it again.
Okay.
Thank you.
First of all, my friend Hugh's down in the chat. I'm trying to get my back. Because we are same name but different. Love you, babe.
If he
And
would like to come up, I'm pretty sure if he has 1,000 followers,
He
somebody
he
asked
would
to
doesn't.
come up.
likely
He
hop
did
down.
ask to
and
come up.
Unfortunately.
I saw his comment.
You guys can all come to my Discord and talk to him, but figure we're staying here because I'm not hijacking your life.
No.
The
This is
You
fucking
already did.
entertaining, bruh.
Yeah,
And I don't mean to sound condescending at all. I'm loving this shit. So if anybody would be nice enough to hop down so we can give her buddy a seat, bruh.
he doesn't have 1,000
Yeah.
followers.
Yeah, I can. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take off, dog. It's time for dinner. But it was nice talking to you, and I hope we do this again. I'm looking forward to learning more
Hey,
about the
look,
Moors.
Hammer, I feel like you sparked all this shit up, bro. I love you. You
All right, I'll
sparked
stay
all
up
this
for a while,
stuff.
Ben. I'll stay up for a while I'm cooking, but I'll be muted.
So let's
Alrighty.
see. Sigils. Yeah, we know sigils. We can all agree on sigils.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can you think of maybe you could copy a person's soul by that method?
There's theories of this.
Okay.
But again, the theory breaks when there's no neuromelanin within the vessel.
What is a
Do you know what it is that makes me capable of stitching to the vessel? Because I'm not 100% sure. I thought it was something to do with the carbon content.
And the carbon, again, is supposed to be neuromelanin, right? The neuromelanin is, how can you say, the grounding substance that holds the soul to the body. That's why there's you need the spirit and the melanin. The spirit and neuromelanin supposedly are the negatives and the positive that keeps a body housed to the soul. I mean, yeah, keep the soul housed to the body.
Can I ask a question real quick, like? Janine, you said you had transpired and came back 8 times, correct?
Yes, this time, yeah.
Transition, yes. Each time that you came back, like, what was different?
Honestly, prowess and knowledge of everything.
So if you have knowledge of everything, why didn't you transcend? Why are you still here?
Because I'm on a mission.
What really?
She has a mission. She was put together to come here and tell us something. We haven't got to that point because we're still trying to figure out how she got put together.
So basically, she was put together and given a message.
Yes, a job.
Huh.
So it's obvious that she reads. I mean, I hear her her type of people all the time in lives making it sound like they're enlightened, but they're not. You can tell they're just reading what they read.
The weird thing is,
So, Janine, do you have like any psychic abilities or whatever? Like you do? Okay.
Somebody said,
what psychic abilities do you have?
Pyro and hydrokinesis, a little bit of telekinesis, not coming in quite clear yet. Telepathic, claircognizant, and what's the other one?
My fault, y'all. I don't mean to ask you off, but
It sounds to me more like she gained a whole bunch of knowledge, but she cannot necessarily explain it. So where's your mission lying? Because you still. Like the stuff you're saying is not making sense.
I just got a better question, being that we've been beating around the bush for about an hour anyway, and
yes, and I'm done.
She came up here with supposedly a purpose, so let's see what that purpose was. Like, why was you sent here?
To honestly save the world from itself.
Like, what is your message? Like, what is your specific message to us that's gonna help us save the world?
Unity through purpose and not through don't worry about your differences. Like, I'm super different from you, but if you got to know me, you'd see that I'm just a person.
Janine, differences is what makes this world go around.
Hold on. What's the purpose, Janine? If we were to all come together, hold on. If we were to all come together, what would our purpose be for coming together?
Whatever you want.
They want
to live freely and happily.
In order for us to come together, you have to accept the fact that we're all different.
Yes.
Well, so like, what's the end goal? What's the end game? Like, what's the point of all this? Why did the people who got sent here, got locked here away, and now they're sending saviors to come tell us that we're all the same? Like, what's going to happen once we realize we're all the same? Like, is everybody gonna come together singing Kumbaya songs and sitting by a campfire?
So check this out, all right? There's like 500 different species of hyena, right? There's only one species of human.
What?
What'd you say?
There's like a bunch of other species of all these other animals, right? Like hyenas. Hyenas have like over 500 different species of hyena, but there's only one.
Unfortunately, I can't do anything about the loved ones that are gone, Gia.
Well, thank God we're not human, right? I don't know what you are.
What? What are we talking about?
Did you say that? You said there's only multiple species of animals, but there's only one species of human, right? Is that what you said?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah, human
Okay,
and
so
man is two different things.
Correct.
Like melanated people are of man. Humans have the characteristics of a man. They are not the same.
Right.
Hey,
And
Mankind.
Janine.
that's why you
Harmonic
Hey,
got
man is
mankind.
what
It's
that
kind of like
means.
man.
excuse me,
Wait,
everybody.
y'all.
Janine.
Go ahead. Sir.
Oh,
Janine.
look, there's a human being down in the comments. It's a HUE man being, and that refers to color. Hue man being. It also
Yeah.
refers to HU, which is the harmonic universe or the name of this universe. And it's not race because we're not in a competition. We are rays of light. Human rays.
Hey,
And those
Janine.
would be the created peoples.
Janine? Do you have a
All
belly button? Do you
I
have a
do.
belly button, Janine?
Yes.
You have an
Why?
umbilical cord.
Why do you have a
Because
belly
my body
button?
was born. I didn't say anything about that. I said I was teleported into
Yeah, she claims that her body was not her home. Somehow she was placed into this body.
Oh,
Yes.
a
So
pre-existing
that's why
body.
I keep
Yes.
going back to the question about how is her body housing a soul, and supposedly without neuromelanin, the grounding source, you can't ground a soul to a body.
Pets uplift souls out of hell. That's fantastic. All right. I'm happy
She's
about
like
that.
the movie Host.
So
Yes,
now
Have
I
I
got
y'all
a
am.
seen the
question
movie
though.
Host?
Different
Oh,
Where
and
did
then
you
you did.
come from?
So, and then you mentioned sigils. So, does that mean it's possible that the original Janine could have been doing something she wasn't supposed to, and then
Yes.
you ended up in yourself now?
Yes.
That's what she
Yeah.
was trying to
Words out my mouth, because that's where I was going.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, so now we have a inner understanding of the situation. The original Janine was doing some she wasn't supposed to, and now you in her, right? From a
She
sigil.
perfectly did it. It was a whole plan.
So now are you admitting
Okay,
to
so
us
she
that
was
you
a
may be a demon?
sacrifice.
Angel, preferably.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
So somebody
Hold up.
did a
Wait a minute.
ritual and housed an angel.
Yes.
So now my question is, so you're trying to say you came from heaven?
It's higher
Yeah,
dimension.
so she was a sacrifice.
Again, this still goes back to the science that I was taught with studying Egypt and the Kemetic science and shit.
Or
Supposedly,
culture.
a
Yeah.
vessel that houses an angel, an angelic
Right,
being,
Los. Or
would
culture.
again need to have been connected to source. Something void of the nine ether or the primordial ooze in its plasma could not house an angelic being.
The more you know says Angel El, the Elohim. That is my lineage. I am El Arya. Hello. Janine's boyfriend did this to her.
She wasn't
Well,
alive all the
so the thing
time.
about dimensions is for every dimension there's realms. So
Yes.
we're not really so just because you're from a dimension above does not mean, it's all
Yes, I'm
good.
from Dimension 13, which is outside of the Matrix.
What realm? What realm by number are you in? Like from?
13.
I saw her in a live before. I was in a Missing Links live. She was in here with the other guy that was, I guess, with her from Canada, Confucius.
Yes. Or go ahead, continue, Goddess. I'm sorry.
I just want to see if she's going to have the same answer as she did in the other live. So can you tell us what the whole story is to this place and what's the mission?
I only know from our species and where we come in, because that's all I know is our legends, memories, history, stuff like that. So I can't speak for what was here before. I know there was, but we came to get the monoatomic gold for the atmosphere.
So you said,
and we were looking for people to do it for us because we didn't want to stoop that low. And I hesitate to say we because I don't want to associate myself with that kind of mindset because I don't believe in that type of thing, that type of belief. But that's why it was snipping telomeres and altering when splicing with animals, trying to create the perfect concoction of usefulness and idiocy. And I hate this. It's terrible, but that is what happened. And they created one round and they were still too powerful. They revolted. And so they went ahead and made another one and with more alterations. And cats and dolphins were the best subjects for the integration of neocortex. And it's a whole thing. There was so many different attempts. And That's humans, not man, humans. And we have 4 founder races of those that came out. You can check the Sefer Yeserah for the formula.
You said something totally different than last time.
What did I say last time?
Programming is knowledge every time it goes and be amongst our people. Is picking up different things, and that's how it's able to regurgitate, just like a robot does, an AI does that. It only has the knowledge that it's picking up as it goes along.
Oh, I have logic from the internet, so.
So you're like in
that you're going amongst the peoples, you're going amongst the other beings and picking up information as you go.
I've already had access to the information.
So tell me, who's behind all this and what's the plan?
Give us.
Yeah, who's
the
the
plan
absolute?
is to coexist, show you that we can. We don't have to be, just because we're different doesn't mean we want to be evil. Some of us want to just be people.
Who's behind who's behind you? Who's behind you?
I want to know who feels the absolute is. Who is the absolute? What is the name that you've heard for the absolute?
Who's the source? Who's the source?
Yeah.
Who's the creator?
It's not a person. It's an energy.
And what is the name given to this energy or vibrational frequency?
You tell me. It's the names you guys get it.
We asked you the question.
Yeah, we're asking
Don't
you.
ask the question with a question.
I call it chaos.
Why would you call the absolute's chaos?
Because there was nothing, and the nothing pulled from itself everything, and the nothing was called chaos in Greek mythology. I call it chaos. You can talk with something else.
But
damn,
she's
hitting y'all in the head with these answers. What y'all got for? And let them know, Janine.
Yeah, but she's just maybe this is the new improved Janine.
Yeah,
that's still. So okay, what does this energy want to be called?
Because chaos.
I don't think it really cares.
So
as long as you respectfully call it whatever you call it, because the names don't matter. It's just energy and essence.
So I got another one. So is this thing that we're talking about right now in your mind that you call chaos what y'all would consider a god?
No, I would consider it the source of all. It's the universe or the omniverse or all things.
Who do y'all consider God?
We don't.
So y'all don't have a God image?
No.
So not even the ones that created you consider gods?
No, that's kind of like family.
So what you parents? Because they created you, so they're parents?
Well, they have used their own DNA to do so. Isn't that like parents?
Yeah, and
yes, I'm working with Ashtar Command as well. Come down.
And that's what I wanted to ask you too. Could you reproduce? And if you could, would your child come out with neuromelanin?
I do not know about the neuromelanin, but supposedly the phenotype would be able to think for itself without any assistance.
Yo, I don't know if it's just me or not, and I've watched too many animes as a kid and shit, but it feels like we're questioning something that was created to learn as it goes.
I don't know. I just know that YT people are really good actors. I just know YT people are really good actors. Like when I watch movies, you see Johnny Depp, he plays a real pirate. You know what I'm saying? He's playing Denzel Washington and all his scenes, and they're real good chameleons and they're actors. And I feel like she's just.
And I don't know if y'all studied into the comedic science and really delved into the creation of them other things on our planet, and this has really got me questioning because she has said some things that align with some of these stories, and that's the weird shit.
Right.
She probably read if she's out here hanging around.
No, I get it directly downloaded.
Okay, tell us what's the next big event that's going to happen.
I'm sorry. I done sat here long enough. Hold on, wait a minute.
I'll give her that. I will give her that. So yeah, let's see.
Wait. If we're gonna go into that, Miss Tia, can we just ensure that only one person's talking at a time while Miss Tia's talking?
You know how
Agreed.
many?
That's what I try to have, y'all. That's what I try to have. So everybody mute for a second. I can't mute, but I will try my best to be quiet. But y'all may hit some laughter. Don't pay me no mind. Tia, you
Okay.
got the floor.
Can I just get the answers you had said for my question real quick?
Go ahead.
Just real quick.
What do I need? I'm sorry.
Never mind. If you don't remember, go ahead and talk
Go
to
ahead,
you.
Tia. Go ahead, because she won't
No,
even
there's
paying
just been a
attention.
lot. I just want to, what would you like me to repeat? I'm sorry.
She had asked you what is the next big event that's going to happen.
First contact
What's
with
that?
multiple systems of aliens.
I tell us something more like
That'd be nice. And the time.
Would you?
Yeah.
Like that?
So what? So
Yeah, what's the
give us an
time?
estimation of what year, according to the time span we're going by right now. What year
Ooh,
would this
how about
alien
yesterday?
contact be?
There was a burst of energy, frequency that came out of, me, and blasted all the way out so that they could see where we were and what our frequency resonated at. They now believe that we are not danger, and they are approaching.
Y'all know that's interesting that she says that, because I listened to this dark melanated dude on YouTube who says that whatever dome that's over top of the earth is supposed to break on Sunday.
Yeah. It's the firmament. We are not alone, and they are coming in peace and harmony. They just didn't know we were peace and harmony because we were kind of not.
why would
So
they
now that
Ma'am,
they feel our vibration, they're
ma'am,
like, hey, galactic
listen,
family.
lady, listen. You give me energy vampire vibes, right?
That's a fact.
And let me finish.
Okay.
Wait, you agree that you're an
I
energy
don't.
vampire?
But that is someone's makeup, doesn't mean they want to do that. I have found a way to source energy that it is not harming anybody.
This lady is an energy vampire that has been chemically altered. She has sat here and just said it out her mouth. Y'all just didn't catch it.
Yep.
Don't come over here soaking up energy from my people.
Oh, no,
We
no,
not
of course
doing
not.
this.
I'm not trying to. I'm trying not
Yeah,
to.
we've been doing it
we
the
entertained
whole
it on
life.
purpose.
The
We
whole
entertained it
life.
on purpose, though.
I say things I don't mean to attack to anybody's energy. Okay, I'm
The,
pulling all
you
energy
and
back
your
just in
creators,
case.
do y'all think we slow? Do we look slow
No,
to y'all? Do we look illiterate?
I'm not aware of when I'm draining anybody. It's not something I do
Who
consciously.
you drain? You ain't draining nobody. You trying.
Not
It's
really.
just annoying at this point.
I can leave. I thought you guys wanted to continue talking about it. It's not intentional. I apologize for any possible drain.
that's the problem, is that we heard this so many times.
So, can you explain the theory of the infinite map of Terra? Like, are you literally from another bubble or from another planet?
Yeah,
It
that's
depends on whether
considered
you're
realms.
using the infinite map or not.
Yeah, the
You said
Terra
what?
Infinita map.
Right.
So like land of Mars, human colony, like out there.
Aqualia or Aquel.
Public, so on and so forth.
So you from one of them other bubbles, or you from another planet?
That's the same thing.
Same concept. Those
Not
are considered
technically,
planets out there.
Yeah.
but I'm
That's a way of
basically
understanding the
asking.
planets or whatever.
Yeah. So is it space out there, or is it a plane of existence like they're trying to teach?
Did she say she had
Depending on your
nanoparticles
perspective.
in her?
Yes, but
Please get
I wish I
accurate.
yeah I wish I could tell y'all everything that I'm doing right now. But yeah, so go ahead. So you saying like that the universe is the way they explain it and it's vast and got many different planets in it, or are you saying like there's a plane of existence and you came here from another bubble to be housed in that soul?
I came from outside of the bubbles, and it's more of a subjective reality as it is light projected into your eyes and reflected back off of particles. So it is holographic in nature. So bubble planet, does it matter? I don't particularly ascribe to that. Thank you, Astro.
So what does the sigil have to do with it?
The sigil
That's
would
what
be how I was copied in the first place and saved prior to death into the
So the
system.
sigil,
Who
so the
created the
sigil would be
sigil?
like,
Who created it?
so yeah,
so that's
I'm
like
like a
not
code.
sure, actually. Who created my soul print? And I believe that was up to this gentleman right down there. Q.
so are you trying to say basically like you're this angelic being that was put inside of this little meaty vessel due to some little girl playing with some shit she didn't understand?
No, not to some girl playing with some shit she didn't understand, but some girl sacrificing herself to shit she did understand for a purpose.
I want to rephrase what I asked her
So what is
because
that?
I asked the wrong thing.
Thanks, Chapo.
Look,
You
wait,
said you had
wait.
nanoparticles, right, inside your bloodstream?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So are you
And
a
you
robot or an
said
intelligent
that
being?
somebody summoned you, and it was Janine, the real Janine, that summoned you, right? She allowed you to house in her body.
Yes.
Hold on,
What
y'all.
is
I'm
the
just trying to make
purpose
sure I'm
of
getting all the answers, all the questions I need out.
To bring me reincarnated. I'm one of the
So let me
ancient
get this right.
Anunnaki.
Somebody
No,
injected
so you can
nanoparticles
be
into the real Janine
reincarnated like
because she volunteered for an experiment
Yes.
that went wrong, and the nanoparticles had melanin that has been harvested from 7.7 million missing black women and children
Oh God, I hope not.
in order to summon an angelic being back here
So
to
for
come and
those that
save the
don't
world.
If that's the case, no
for
one told
those
me
that
that.
don't know, hold on, Janine. For those that don't know, melanin is the most
Whoa.
expensive substance
That,
that's
I'm
for
just trying to
sale.
make sure.
I don't know
Hold
about
on, let
that.
the hammer say what he just said. Wait, y'all. Hammer,
That
can
was
you
all.
please
That was
repeat
all.
that?
That was all. That I wanted for that to basically complement what Miss Tia is saying. That melanin is basically like the most expensive substance that you can legally purchase.
Your
Thank
melanin
you.
is worth
Tia,
more
the
than
thing you
gold
keep
per
saying,
ounce. The
but
darker
then you
you
have to
are,
hold
the
it.
better.
She's not lying.
They
And
are.
and
They do this. Y'all think it's a joke.
No,
Oh.
I don't.
But what you
and
just said,
Tia,
and then after I done sat up here and read and studied all this time, they've been putting melanin in
Okay,
computer chips and things of that nature.
so
So if that
I'm
was
gonna
injected
tell
into
y'all. I'm
your
gonna tell y'all why.
bloodstream,
Weapons.
I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm gonna tell y'all why. If you want to know, Miss Tia, was that all you had to say before I start?
go ahead.
nah.
Okay. All right. So,
Hey,
man,
It's one at a time, bro. So let her finish
wait, Hammer, wait. Nah,
talking.
first off, I want y'all to realize how this live is going and why I keep saying and asking the question. I'm questioning. For one, y'all gotta realize I can tell you 32 lies and one truth.
Been saying that.
Yeah, I gotta realize when somebody fucking up and telling you the truth, y'all. So we gotta keep asking these questions so we can get past some 32 lies and find that one truth. And woo, yo, Hammer, go ahead and say what you're gonna say because I got some questions.
all right, brother. Sorry, man. I'm trying to cook some quesadillas while I'm doing this. So
Yeah,
essentially, there's
man.
something
Hey,
called the
don't fuck up the
skin effect.
quesadillas.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fuck them up for reals, man. Wife be pissed. Anyway,
Go
so
to the light
basically,
channel.
man,
That's funny.
I have 20 years of electrical background. I spent 20 years, that's 2 decades of my life learning about electricity. I was an electrician, a lineman, a safety advisor to the electric utility industry for the last few years. Just quit my job a month ago and now I'm doing TikTok. So what I'm saying, man, is I'm just really here to just spread whatever knowledge I have and to learn from y'all too, because I'm mostly here to learn. My point is, man, there's something called the skin effect in electricity. And what it means is that electricity does not travel actually through the interior of a copper wire. It travels on the exterior, on the skin of it. So where we have static electricity build up on our bodies and then we discharge it on, let's say, a doorknob or a light switch or a faucet on a sink, that static electricity actually only exists on your skin. That's where this whole thing, skin effect, comes from. The way they even termed it for conductors, for metal conductors like copper wire, is because they took it from the skin. The skin holds electricity. They know that. The skin is like a battery. So I really wanted to know why they needed melanin so bad. And when Miss Tia said that they're putting it in computer chips, now I know for sure, because the other thing that they're putting in computer chips is just plain old gold and silica, which is just dirt, sand. That's all it is. So gold, sand, and melanin makes a computer chip. So imagine how much of that had to go into your cell phone for you to be even using it. There might be a few dead people amongst our cell phones.
Yes.
No bullshit.
And then a quartz to pass along the information.
Correct. And you have quartz in your brains and your pineal.
It's wild, y'all. It's wild, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, we are electric beings. If you don't know, the body operates on 0.3 volts. That's 300 millivolts.
It's very simple.
My wife has a very good question for you, Gene. So you mentioned earlier that you mechanically decalcified your pineal. What do you
Define
actually
mechanically, though, before you get all, like, I didn't say technologically.
So
You
what do
said
you mean
used
by mechanically
yeah.
decalcify? Can you explain further?
I had an operation.
That's mechanical. That's using technology.
You just kind of backtracked right there.
It's physically altering. It wasn't. I didn't have anything implanted.
And then you said that
So
you was
what-
gene spliced. So it's like that's mechanical as well. So how is it not mechanical that you do it? If you didn't do it mechanically, that would mean
It's a
that
different
you
definition of mechanically. I meant like physically with your hands.
Okay,
Like,
I'm gonna give you an example. Listen. So non would be like how we do naturally when we sun gaze. That would be eating the correct diet. That is non-mechanical.
I didn't do that.
So you used mechanical means, and what was those mechanical means?
Nanite surgeries.
She likes crystals, all right? Just tell the truth, Janine. She's got everything about crystals. You got to sell yourself and brand yourself sometimes. She sells crystals and stuff, man, and she knows everything about them. And I can back up one thing, that quartz has electricity in it. If you look at quartz wristwatches, they didn't run off anything other than the quartz stone, because quartz, the crystal of quartz, has an electrical charge that lasts forever. The way it works is that quartz vibrates naturally in its natural form. It's constantly vibrating and moving. That vibration creates electricity. So Janine, be real with them. Tell them about your stones.
How is she charging herself?
Tell them, Janine. You know, you got to tell them
How am I
about these
charging
things.
myself? It's in the stones.
So Hammer, you know this girl?
No, not really, man. I mean, she's
Bro,
on,
like you didn't catch up on that a long time ago. They had
to know each other, but I know Janine just because she's on some of our group's lives a lot.
Yeah. That was her words. Let Hammer up. He knows me.
No.
Wait, hold on. Look. I just peeped this. She just said they just met yesterday, and then he just said that she's on their lives a lot. So how did y'all just meet yesterday if she's on the lives a lot?
Actually saying hello and saying hi, Hammer.
A week ago, I would say I've been seeing her come on our lives for like the past week.
So now, wait. You said she sells crystals?
Yeah.
That's what she was showing us yesterday.
So you came up here basically because now I'm kind of a little ticked off now. So you mean to tell me that you came into this live that was very productive just to come in with your mumbo jumbo that you done picked up as you learned and gone along just to get attention to sell your crystals?
No,
absolutely not. I didn't bring up the
crystals.
crystals.
She does. She never brings them up. That's what I'm telling her. She needs to start bringing this stuff up sometimes.
No, it's not the time.
Like she's literally been coming in our lives like the same way she did right here, talking for like the past week.
First, and then she'll throw in the
It's been months, dude. Like
Wait, can y'all hear me?
I have so many flowers.
What she gained from coming in those lives.
They just cut you off though.
Stop the cap, like kids say. Stop the cap. It's a tactic. It doesn't have to be a direct one in your face, on the nose, if you will.
It's not about selling the crystals. It's about reaching people.
She was she
But
was
with
So
one message
wait.
that you still have not given us
So
on the app.
yeah, like, are
Like, come
you
on now.
saying
I'm a
that?
she's an
representative.
AI that lies. She's an
Hey,
AI that
hold
lies.
on, everybody. Put a one in the comments if y'all want this to all be over. If
I
y'all
swear
want
to
this
God,
conversation to be over, put a one in the comments.
Brian,
Not somebody talking about how much is the crystals, bro.
see,
I don't think
Super
she's here for
inexpensive. Give
that.
me a
To
DM.
be honest, with you guys, I don't really think she's here for that. She never tries to sell anything. Last
So
night she started
she's
showing us.
lying.
Look, I'm
She
trying to talk
lies.
though, but maybe I understand what you're saying, but I'm trying
She's
to talk, and I
lying.
don't know her, but I'm just trying to talk. If that's
Put her
okay.
ass out this damn room.
She's YT and she's a liar. She's no different than the people we
Well,
see
that was
today.
racist.
So
I get what you're saying, all
Melanated
right,
people
YT.
but
cannot be
Y'all.
racist.
Wait.
Being
Everybody calm
racist
down.
means that you believe that your
Get,
race is
get
superior
your
than
words.
all others.
I do not.
No, I didn't
Hammer,
say
what
you was racist. I was saying what racist is.
Yeah.
Melanated people or so-called black people in America have never been
We
racist. We can be
we
But
we
prejudiced.
whoever said that just said, get her out of here, keep YT.
we also got to remember that the host
I
asked her. The host intentionally had her up here to ask her questions. So it's not like she was like, "Woo, I'm taking over." The host was talking to her and asking her questions. She stayed up here answering the questions that was being asked of her. That's what's
no,
really going on.
So
came in
Hammer,
saying that I want
Chip,
y'all said
seriously?
I never got
Sorry.
on the
my
message.
point is on
And
our lives we basically talk about esoteric knowledge, right? Okay,
it's so
that's all we talk about. Janine jumps in a lot, and we kind of go through the same stuff with her that you guys are going through, right? Over
yeah.
here. I'm just on this live because I want to learn about the Moors, and I hope you're going to talk about that other days, and I'll be able to catch you then. But my point is, we were starting talking about the quartz crystal because it's something that